was a sight from my soul.
Hey everybody, and welcome to another X-Plane 11 video. This is episode 5 from our trip around Ireland. So we're on the ground here at Knock International Airport. It's going to be a short flight heading north up to Sligo Airport, and today we're doing something a little bit different. We have the Dreamfoil Creations Bell 407 for X-Plane 11, and it was recently updated. This is a helicopter. I wouldn't be proficient or efficient with it, but look, it's all part of the fun. We'll give it a bash and see where we land. Hopefully not in the water. We will be fitting this out with floats. So our flight time is about 20 minutes. The weather today, clear skies. Temperature outside, it's around 12 degrees Celsius. At the moment, it's due to drop to about plus 6 or 7 there later on. We're not flying with any traffic turned on. The challenge of the helicopter is enough. So we're going to go through our pre-flight, get the helicopter started, get in the air. I'll try and get a couple of scenic shots as well if I can get the autopilot working. So sit back and I hope you enjoy. So this is our chariot for today, the Bell 407. It was originally released on X-Plane 10. It got an update onto X-Plane 11, and I think I got a patch there a couple of days ago as well. It's really good. The model is fantastic. The sounds are great. The physics is great. The PBR is great on the fuselage there. It's really, really fun. It's a must-have for your hangar. And you know, if you're on the fence about getting helicopters, a couple of things you might want to consider. I use a flight yoke. I use the Cytec Cessna yoke. I'm lucky enough I also have a joystick as well, the X52. It does the job. It's grand, but you really need a joystick flying this thing because it's really hard. Even with a joystick, it's really hard, but like without it, you're lost. So you'll notice that we have floats here on the bottom. That's just, well, you know, we're going to be near water, and I'm not proficient in this. Also with the tie downs, you can individually remove these, or there's a setting up the front you can remove them all. So we'll just kind of click them off as we move around it here. And like you'll see with the modelling, that the flex even on the propellers, very, very cool. There's a whole lot of different customizations you can do to this. You can have like the wire cutters, there's a camera and stuff you can get in. I'll show you the menu actually here. So if you click on this guy, so you can add a GPU to the front, you can lower the skids, you have your damper up the top here, floats, I have them in, and you can actually control the floats from inside in the cockpit. We'll show you that in a sec. You can add baskets, wire cutters, that's the camera there in the front. So we'll just quickly remove everything. There's a rendition of It Could Be Us. So we're going to hop into this, power it up, and slowly but surely try not to make a fool of ourselves. Alrighty, so here we are in the cockpit. So again, you'll see from the modelling, this thing is top notch. It's really good. The interiors, depending on the livery you pick, it'll either be brown or black. It's much of a muchness. It's all good. Windows open, doors open, everything's modelled. It's really cool. You've a hidden click spot here if you wanted to bring up your menu. So it's just kind of to the top right hand corner of your panel here. If you click that, stability, you can change that. You can add things in, makes it a little bit easier to fly. I'm just going to leave everything the way it is. Change all your views, your liveries. You can customize it then. Just cool stuff. Anyway, enough about that. We're going to get this thing started. So first things first, we're going to put on the batteries. I can use the Cytec panels here, but your battery's just here. Now this big horrible bell that goes off, you have a little silencer here that will press because it gets really loud. So we'll just press that guy. If it ever comes up, we can set it off here. You can mute it there. So you have 3 buttons here. They're like your annunciator panels and testers and stuff. They're all there. So next up, get some lights on here. So we get our leave the pitos off for a second. Cabin light can come on. Anti-collision lights can come on. Leave the generator off for a second. Instruments can come off. Our boosters can come on. come down here, we can unlock the throttle here on the side. Leave that on idle. Make sure the collective is working. Check our joystick to make sure we have motion on this guy as well, which we do. Our fuel shut-off valve, turn it on. Make sure our rotor brake is up to the top, which it is. All these guys are modeled as well, and they work on the circuit breakers on your circuit board, which is awesome. So let's see if we can get this thing started. Leave our avionics off. You see the RPM here starting to rise. Throw on these headphones now. I know what you're thinking. This guy knows what he's doing, right? Yeah, no he doesn't. Okay, generators can come on. We have a reset button up here as well, but it's all okay. Panels can be activated, avionics can come on, pitot can come on. Better double check him. Everything else looks okay. RPM is low, we can increase that now here in a second. So we're going to bring up our trusty Garmin. Now we're going to put in a direct 2 mode, and it's going to be Sligo. Okay. So what we'll do, we'll taxi out as close to the taxiway as we can, onto the runway, spin around, and head on up to the north. It sounds like it's a plan. Reset this guy here. Get some landing lights on. Now we have just a small warning here just in relation to our RPM. That's controlled here by our throttle. We'll increase the RPM. Okay, so we're going to give this a lash. Alrighty, let's see how this goes. So we're going to start bringing our collective up. You can see it there. You need to be very much coordinated with your controls. As gentle as you can. Again, there's no traffic today, so we're not worried about whacking into anything. It could happen. Okay, start bringing the collective up, keeping the nose pointed down. Our speed should start to increase. We'll get up to about 120 knots. We're going to clear the tower and then swing around to the left. Bring over GTN just to see where we're going. We'll point it in the general direction of where we need to get to. I was only in Sligo actually today, in real life drove up there with my wife and my son, and weather was pretty much bang on what we had today. But we went up to Benbulbin, which is a huge mountain just kind of across from Sligo Airport, and it's fascinating. It's it's there since like the Ice Age. But you'll see it on this. Like we're using Ortho 4XP, and you see for yourself. It looks the part. So what we're going to do, we're going to climb up here to about 2,000 feet. Easier said than done. And we'll show a few scenic shots. And yeah, there's an ambush coming. There has to be. This is working too good for the minute. Usually I end up smashing into something by now. Got to keep a lot of pressure on the stick pointing down. Watch our speed. We don't want to go over speed. Okay, we're going to level off here at around 2,000 feet. We're going to keep our speed at about 120. We'll go into a couple of scenic shots now, and we'll see you as we come over Sligo Airport. Alrighty, so straight ahead of us is Benbulbin, this big mountain thing we got going on. As I said, I was up this way in real life today, and it's absolutely breathtaking. If you ever get the chance to come up here, especially on a clear day, it's well worth it. So we're just going to fly out toward this. Sligo Airport is just behind us. One of the ortho files isn't working right for Sligo, so you'll see the scenery it's not going to look 100% near the airport, but it's still okay. Like, so when you're flying this thing, you have an autopilot system whereby you have this SAS heading, nav, back course, altitude, and all this. So it's a little bit tricky to get it working, but when you do, like if you were to select, let me move our mouse across. If we were to select this, turn nav off, we put our heading where it needs to be. We say there, right? So if you hit this guy, it kind of chills everything out. and you can slowly just release the controls, and once you have your altitude hold, it should hold your alt. Try it again. So it's handy, like, you know, if you want to be looking around doing these kind of shots, you can't exactly do it. Well, I can't anyway, I'd be hopeless. But it just gives you a bit of a breather. Like, it's no different than having the autopilot in your fixed wing planes once you're into cruise and that. And when you're in areas like this that have decent scenery, there's good mesh. Like, this is all decent default mesh. I was looking at the version 4. I just scratched my head a little bit more because I have the tiles downloaded, so it's only a matter of moving the overlays over. We'll see, I'll spend a bit more time at it just to see what way it works out. So Benbulbin, pretty cool looking, and even on the far side it gets even more dramatic. But the whole formation of it, as I said, it goes back to the Ice Age, and the whole formation, it's part of the Dartry Mountains in Sligo, and it's also referred to, it's all Yeats country. All this neck of the woods is all Yeats country. And his grave isn't far from here either. It's actually on the road down to the left, I think. So we're going to change our heading here now. Spin around to the left. I think Yeats' grave is over here somewhere. They're impressive, and they do all like the hill walks and stuff. You can do that as well, and the views from up there are absolutely amazing. I was there years ago as a kid, so the next time we're going to Sligo, we're definitely going to go up there. So our airport's over here. It's over here rather. We'll say goodbye to our nice mountains here in X-Plane. And we're going to start making our way toward the airport. And this landing will either be good or disastrous. And we have our floats. So if you need to use the floats, you can arm them here, and then you can inflate them here. So let's hope we don't need to use them. Now at Sligo Airport, there is, you'll see it here, because the OSM data is providing churches and all this kind of stuff. But there is a ruin over on this side that looks like X-Plane renders a big massive church there, which isn't as realistic as you would hope, but in terms of the data, there is certainly a ruined church there that you can walk out to. Like, there's plenty of parking and stuff. You can park up at the airport and go for a walk around it. So today there was a couple of planes flying around. There was 3 or 4 different Cessnas. There was a Cherokee, I think, as well, Piper Cherokee flying around, and you can get pretty close to the runway. Like, they have there's a perimeter walk that you can do. It's a full lap, and it takes about an hour, I suppose, walking around, but it's well worth it. Like, if you ever get the chance to go up, you'll see over here then where the outdoor scenery isn't doing its thing. All this stuff is kind of right, this isn't. So yeah, we'll worry about that another day. Got some lights going on. It's pretty much like today. There was clear skies. It was around 9-10 degrees in Sligo today. It was nice, really nice. Alrighty, so we're going to disengage this guy again, and I'll take over. Okay. Start lowering the collective a little bit. This thing is cool as well. If you kind of turn into the wind, the rotors. You get that chopper sound, or it's just cutting into the wind that little bit more. It's awesome. Okay, so we're going to use the hangars as our landmark. You can see the taxiway just in front of it. Keeping that church out to our right and that forested area on our left. Speed is just about 100 knots. We'll pitch up just to slow us down a bit. Watching our rate of descent. This could go horribly wrong. I think we're okay for our floats now. We could have used the taxiway. Don't hit that chopper. Or the planes. This is where it gets tricky. Alright, come on. Hold it there. And down. Bring our throttle back. Little buzzer alarm. We're certainly on the ground. Okay, so we'll go through our shut-off procedure. So we're going to get our lights off. Pitos can come off. Back up to our panel here. Pitot heat off. Landing lights off. Beacons off. Or strobes, rather. Avionics off. Generator can come off. Flight instruments can come off. We'll cut our fuel. Thrusters off. Lights out. Once the RPM drops below 40, we can apply the rotor brake. I'm exhausted, but that was fun. Okay, so battery off, and that's it. Open the door to get out. Okay guys, welcome to Sligo Airport. That was fun. I'm exhausted. As I said, flying choppers, it's a totally new challenge for me in X-Plane, but it's well worth it. Like once you kind of get the grasp of understanding how they work, it's very rewarding. So our next flight will take off from Sligo. We'll probably go back to the Mooney using a fixed wing plane. We're going to continue heading north. The objective is to get all the way around Ireland. I'd like then maybe tip into the UK, Europe, or we might go west, maybe start off in the US. We'll see how it goes. If you guys have any questions, comments or opinions, please leave them in the section below. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up, and I'd like you to subscribe. Stay tuned guys, thanks for watching, and see you again real soon.